I'm going to present about my Engineering Society individual mini project. My name is Chan Shiming from the program Electronic Telecommunication Design. My company name is Sotacom Sendirian Berhad in Alostar, and my title is Safety Officer Briefing, OSH and Hirai Assessment. Who is a safety officer? Next, the safety management system. There are 5 key pillars here. The first one is policy. For example, the senior management must formulate the written policy that establish safety as a core value. The second pillar is the planning. For example, the organization must set safety objectives, define legal compliance requirements, and establish emergency preparedness plan. The third pillar is the implementation and operation. For example, the management must provide the necessary resources, define roles and responsibilities, and ensure workers are trained. The fourth pillar is the evaluation. For example, monitoring workplace conditions, conducting internal safety audits, and investigating accidents or near misses. The fifth pillar is the management review. For example, the management review performance data to identify the gaps, take the corrective action, update the hierarchy documents based on the incident findings. The PDCA cycle in ORG. There are 4 types here. First one is plan. For example, identify hazards and legal requirements, conduct hierarchy, set OSH objectives, and develop policies. Second one is do. For example, implement safety controls and SOP, provide training, resources, and communication. The third one is check. For example, monitor performance such as inspection, audits, and accident reports. Measure safety indicators such as leading and lagging. The fourth one is act. For example, management review and corrective action, improve OSH system, and update the procedures. Hierarchy, what and why. What is hierarchy? Hierarchy is divided into 3 types. First one, hazard identification, which identify the potential sources of harm at workplace. Second is the risk assessment, evaluate likelihood and severity of harm. And the third one is risk control, which implements the measures to eliminate or reduce the risk. Why hierarchy is important? Hierarchy can prevent the accidents and injuries before they happen, ensure systematic risk management in OSH, improve workplace safety performance and compliance, and supports the continuous improvement in safety system. The legal basics of hierarchy is based on the Department of Occupational Safety and Health Malaysia Hierarchy Guidelines 2008, and it requires practice under the Malaysian OSH management system. Hierarchy process flow. Hierarchy process flow starts with the classified works and then hazard identification. Next is the risk assessment, which assesses the likelihood and severity. And next is the risk control. And next, documentation for the risk control. Review the document that is being made. And finally, take the action. Risk metric 5 times 5. The risk score R is equal to likelihood multiplied by the severity. In the risk score 1 to 4, the risk level is considered low and it is in the green color hazard, which broadly acceptable and needs to monitor and review annually. In risk score 5 to 9, it is in the medium risk level, and yellow hazard, the action requires will be within 6 months. In the risk score 10 to 14, the risk level is high and it is in the orange hazard level, which requires the action within 1 month. In risk score 15 to 19, the risk level is very high, which is red in hazard, and this requires urgent action required within 1 week. The risk score 20 to 25 is extreme risk level, and it is in the dark red hazard, which needs to stop work immediately and do not proceed until the risk is reduced. Hierarchy of control. The first level is the elimination. For example, remove unnecessary electrical wiring, eliminate work at height by assembling equipment on the ground. The second level is substitution. For example, use the water-based paint instead of solvent-based paint to replace a toxic chemical with a non-toxic one. The third level is the engineering control. For example, machine guards, ventilation systems, safety barriers, and enclosed noise machinery. The fourth level is the administrative control. For example, safety training, SOP, warning signs, job rotation, work permits, scheduling maintenance during the shutdown. The fifth level is PPE. For example, safety helmet, gloves, safety shoes, goggles, earplugs, respirator, and reflective vests. The assigned work area that I take is the telco exchange room. In the work area, we can see that the climate control facility housing core, network switches, high capacity servers, transmission equipment, and DC power plant system. The work equipment will include the equipment installation, preventive maintenance, troubleshooting, and electrical testing. The critical controls that is applied, for example, the first hazard, electric shock. The electric shock is in the 15, which is at a high risk level. The second hazard is the chronic EMF exposure, which is in the medium risk level 12, and the electrical fire, which is in 10 risk level at the medium risk level. The actions that can be taken in the engineering for electric shock is the rubber insulation mats, residual current devices. Administrative is the lockout, tagout lotto, and the electrical safety training. PPE is the Class 0 insulated gloves and the arc flash face shield. For the EMF exposure, in the engineering aspect, EMF shielding and equipment can be used for grounding, and the administrative is the restricted access and the RF personal monitoring. For the electrical fire, in the engineering aspect, FM200 clean agent fire suppression system can be used, and the administrative is the thermal imaging inspection, and the 3S housekeeping program can be conducted. For the summary and key of action, a safe workplace will begin with the effective hierarchy. We should apply the hierarchy control to help minimize the workplace risk and prevent the accidents, and the continuous monitoring and improvement through the PDCA will ensure compliance with the occupational health and health requirements. The management must protect a safe working environment, safe equipment, and adequate resources for OSH implementation. Ensure all employees receive regular safety training, hierarchy awareness, and competency development. Workers must follow all the SOP, permit to work, PTW and logout tagout procedures, wear the required personal protective equipment PPE and report the hazard, unsafe acts or near misses immediately. The PDCA is divided into 4 steps, which is plan, do, check, and act.